All right, let's get started, guys. Let's get started really quickly. So what are we doing today? We're absolutely, let's see, we're going to learn about short sales. Okay. This is gold for you if you're planning to invest in real estate or you're an agent, right? A lot of deals are going to come on your table and it just looks like you have to get rid of them because the numbers are not adding up, right? So this lesson today is for you if you want to learn how to. It's actually a very simple process, but a lot of people shy away from it because they don't understand processes, they don't understand systems. For the obvious reasons, a lot of people also run away from, anything that's not easy money, right? Which is what keeps that's what keeps everything open for it. It keeps there's no competition in what we do basically because of that, because people shy away from anything that it requires a little bit of thinking, right? But again, that's why I'm here to help you out. As you can see, we don't do any of just driving around and just showing you town just so I can ramp up watch hours. What you come here to get is pure content. Okay, this is exactly what's going on in my business, and I like to share with you as we go along, and that's the whole point of this. Okay. So basically, we're gonna do live short sales. Okay, it's a form of a lot of my deals come from short sales. Okay, and one of the things that really complicated for people, you can look at the definition scrolling through the screen right now. If you have any questions with regards to that, ask, and then I can break it down a little bit further. But what I want to do right now is actually have a real life example, okay? To let's see here. I have a real life example that I'm going to go through, and let's see here. Yep, I have a real life short sales that I'm going to call, and I'm going to call a bank basically, and you're going to hear my conversation, and see if it's called to a bank. Let me just put this on the screen. Okay, and then see if it's something you want to learn. I think it's worth it, because even if you're not the one doing it, you shouldn't be the one doing it, by the way. Okay, you really shouldn't be the one doing it. But even if you're not the one doing it, you want to understand the process and understand the lingos, how to talk to the bank. But it's very simple. It's actually very simple. It's just making out the bank would basically, all you have to do is really follow the bank's lead. But there are a couple of things you want to make sure that you have ready before you even engage the bank. Well, first of all, there should be a sales contract. Okay, so just like the normal process, you find a property, but the seller is highly motivated, but they owe way too much money on the property, right? So they owe too much money on the property, and you would like the property. You have what your numbers are. You know what your numbers are supposed to be. And the first thing is you need a sales contract, right? And then the second thing you need, okay, the second thing you need is you need authorization to release, okay? So think about, let me give you an example of what authorization to release is. If you ever been to the doctor's office, right? You ever been to the doctor's office and they ask you to sign a bunch of paperwork at the beginning, right? So the second document is authorization to release. The bank make you sign. One of the things the bank make you sign is authorization to release. I mean, the doctors make you sign, or any place that needs like your medical records, they will make you sign an authorization to release so that it can release your medical records. It's the same thing with the bank. So the bank will tell you what you need. The first step is really call them and say, hey, I have a I have a client who has a mortgage account with you, and we would we're interested in the property, and we wanted to know what's the first step to getting a short sale started. Do you guys have a loss mitigation department, or they may call it different names in different places, right? So you just want to make sure that let me see something here. Let me just pick up the score. Yeah, Shala.
Hello?
Yeah, Shala.
Yeah. Protect by holding no way.
I'm on a live call, so speak English. Actually, I like it.
Okay, no worry.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. He said no way.
No. I messaged the guy, and the guy said no way because the price is too low.
Well, that's fine. So he has a full blown report.
I pretty much just explained to him that this is the value of your house. This is how much work we have to,
Okay.
This is how much work we have to put in. However, if you put it with a realtor, right,
you can get full price.
You might be able to get a little bit higher money, but then you have to fix it up.
Right. Yep. He has to spend money. Everything is in the report. That's the beauty about it. So, and we can always follow up. We can even wait 1 month, 2 months, and follow up again. That's okay. Yeah. Oshe, thanks.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So I like. All right. So that's a person. Let's see. What is this one talking about? All right. So it's real life stuff going on. A person who we just sent a report to. He wants 120 for his property. We can't offer more than 84. There's a lot going on in the business that I should warn you guys about. Well, the number one thing I should warn you about is that everyone and their moms and their pops are wholesalers right now. And if you've ever asked me randomly out of nowhere and said, do you wholesale? You will hear me say things like, what is wholesaling? Okay, because that's not even a title. That's not a thing. It's a strategy. And it's a trading strategy. And no one should be calling themselves a wholesaler. You are an investor. Worst case scenario is that you're a marketer. Okay. So let's just keep that in mind. So yes, I do teach wholesaling here. And you notice that I didn't say how to become a real estate wholesaler. It says Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. So what's going on is that a lot of people are offering way too much on these properties. And a lot of them are cold calling. A lot of them are reaching out and just calling the same leads over and over. And you have to make sure that you can stand out in this marketplace. Let me tell you something. The competition is not high. The only competition that's high is the amateurs, people that don't know what they're doing. Of course, the competition is high, but if you make sure that you learn this game the way it's supposed to be done, then you really, sorry about that, guys, then you really have nothing to really worry about. Okay, you really have nothing to worry about. So again, like I was saying, if somebody comes to you and they owe too much money on a property than what it's worth, what do you do with that kind of deal? So that's called short sales. Okay, and the first thing I want to do today is basically we're going to call a bank. Okay, I have the phone number right here. The name of this bank is called Ovation Services. A lot of them are servicing company. They're mortgage servicing company. They are not the actual bank. That's another mistake that people make. Mortgage banks are not necessarily the bank that has the money. They are just servicing the loan. Basically, they service the accounts, and then then they lead you to the right places when it comes to. So now what I would do first, let me share my screen. What I would normally do first is Google their name and see if they have a process on the internet somewhere. A lot of them will, but this name maybe it's a popular name in that state, but I haven't really come across it, but I am now. So there's only one thing to do. You ask more questions. Instead of saying I can't, you say how can I, right? That's how we do it in this game, right? So, by the way, feel free to introduce yourself. I just don't pester people to introduce themselves. Most of our audience kind of watch after the live session. So, but I want to acknowledge you if you're hanging out with me live. I appreciate you. All right. And with that being said, let's go ahead and share my screen, and then you will see what I'm doing. This is a very simple one today, but it's very, very important. It can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars if you. Now, there are a couple of people. We do provide this service, by the way. If you encounter a situation and it happens to be a short sale and you don't know what to do with it, all you have to do is submit the deal to myempirepro.com/submit, and we will handle it and we'll make money together. Okay. It can be time consuming, but not really. But it requires special skill set. You have to know how to talk to those people. But again, with experience, that gets better, right? So the first thing I do is I Google their name. The name of this mortgage loan servicing company is called Ovation Services. All right. All right. So I'll Google their name, see if they have an actual website out here. They do. All right. So they do have an actual website. So what I would do is, and then I see complaints, right? So who knows what kind of company it is? We don't know, right? That's Ovation Services, loss mitigation. All right, loss prevention. I see loss mitigation. So it could be loss prevention. It could be loss mitigation. It could be any one of those things. All right, and let's see here. There's an independent loan servicer specializing in servicing your mortgage loans, Texas tax lien. So it's probably more of a tax lien, right? But the key thing here is that everyone is open to some kind of negotiations. Everyone wants something. You know, the problem is that this particular file, I probably mentioned this file yesterday. This file, she owes $55,000 on the property, right? And the property is only worth $40,000. Okay. So it's just a file among so many leads, right? So, but every lead counts, every customer, every client counts, and our job is to help them solve their problems. They're asking her to bring $35,000 to come up current, and then she could start making the payment of like $480 per month again. But right now she's about to lose the property in July. So when you look at the numbers, she actually says she can afford to pay $6,750 per month and stay in the property. She's lived in the property since 1969. So, we will continue to talk about that. But let me just pick up this call. I think is a client. Let's see what they say. Hola.
Hi, this is Whitney. I received your offer on our home.
Yes. Hi, Whitney. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
What's going on? How are you? Did you review the document?
I did get it. I was able to review it. I had a couple questions for you.
Sure.
One of the questions I had was, typically, how long does it take for you to close?
7 to 10 days after clear title.
Okay, 7 to 10 days.
After a clear title. So the first thing you do, we have a 3 days due diligence, and then after that, we'll pull the title, and then the title, depending on how long the title company takes, after they clear and we're good to go, about 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you send money? Do you do like a wire transfer, or do you just write a check and we wait for it to clear, or how exactly does that work?
Well, the title company takes care of you. So a local title agency will take care of you and pay you. So they make sure everything goes well. They make sure that we're legit. They make sure that you're legit as well, because the owner of the property has to show up to the closing. And and then they'll either cut you a check or wire you. It's completely up to you at that point. The first step is to send you a contract that you have to sign. So I'm going to send that to you. If you're good to go with those numbers, I'm going to send that to you by first thing in the morning or later today.
That's good. Do you guys cover closing costs?
We cover the closing costs for you, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm fine with the offer 95.
Okay.
I'm going to have my husband look it over because the house is in his name.
Okay.
But I'll have him look it over. But as I see so far, we're very pleased.
Awesome. That's perfect.
So,
I'll send that over to you before the end of the day or first thing in the morning, okay?
That sounds good, Ola. Thank you.
Thank you, Whitney. Bye. All right. So that's a live one, okay? That's I think it's in Kentucky. Let me see. I think it's Kentucky. Let me see right here. Let's see, Whitney. Yeah, Kentucky. All right. So that's a live one. Again, we're here to talk about short sales, but it's live stuff. So want to make sure that you are also learning on the go. Property is worth 182, and she's gonna accept 95. She asked for 100 before. My numbers really can't go above 195, so it's close enough. It's good enough. Anyway, so we're looking at this right here. Let me just. So we're checking the website. You want to check the website and see if there's a loss mitigation department. So when I search this, it doesn't look like there's an actual loss mitigation department. Let's see here. It looks like it's just a small company. Okay, so the number is the number. So the first thing I would do is just call the 800 number. So the owner have to be open, obviously, to the process. So the owner sent me, it's a $55,000. They owe $55,786. Interest due right now is $14,000. The principal balance is $33,000. Essentially, the bank wants them to come up with $35,000. That's not possible, but they haven't paid in like forever. So the bank will usually take something and just walk away, right? But definitely not $55,000. Because why would they do that? Because they're not getting anything right now, right? And like she said, for a long time. So I'm going to make that call right now. 1866. That's the number on the loan. And then the first step is I'll ask them what their process is. And they may want to send me a package that needs to be completed. Whatever that is, we'll find out, and then we'll just follow through the process. And it's just one of the files on our table. And remember, everything goes from data to deals. 5 stages, okay?
Para continuar en español, oprima número 1. To know where to send your payment, press 2 now. If you would like to make a payment by phone, please make sure you have your account number,
your Visa or MasterCard,
or your bank information, including the routing number, and then press 3 now. If you're calling regarding a release of lien, press 4 now.
It may be a release.
If you're calling to update your contact information, press 5 now. If you're calling to set up an automatic payment, press 6 now. If you need to speak with a customer service representative, press 9 now.
So we're going to speak to someone.
Outpatient services. My name is Elaine. How may I help you?
Hi, how are you? My name is Ola. I have a client here that they can't afford their loan, and they haven't paid in a long time, so they just acquired a buyer, and we wanted to figure out what's your process for loss mitigation, loss prevention, or short sales.
For that, you'll have to contact Creole Law Group. I can provide you the telephone number.
Yes, please. I would appreciate that. That's
512.
Creole, as in CREOLE.
No, CREEL.
CREEL. Creole Law Group. All right.
And their number is 512.
512.
666.
666.
3494.
34.
Option number 2.
94. All right.
92.
3492.
Yes.
All right. Let me go over that again. 512-666-3492.
Yeah, or you can try the 4 at the end as well.
I can try the 4 as well. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know how long that process normally takes, or you're not even familiar with it at all?
Yeah, no, you have to contact them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. All right. You heard that. So we have to contact a law group, CRE Law Group. So a lot of small mortgage services companies, they will make you contact a law group, and that's fine. Again, they want something. Even law group may be a lot more easier a lot of times. See that? That's them right there, right? So let's call them, right? So I actually have them right here. I'm going to call them. Closes at 5 p.m. This is Texas, and this is only 3:24 in Texas. So let's do that. 512-666-3492. I'm going to call the actual extension she gave me. So let me make sure that this is in my notes somewhere.
Chris?
Yes, hi, Chris. I'm calling with regards to a client of Ovation Services that's willing to negotiate a short sale, and I wanted to contact you guys to figure out what the process is.
If you can shoot me an email, I can put you in touch with the folks to talk about that. That's not something that I negotiate
Okay.
myself. I can put you in touch with someone with their Ovation.
Okay. Do you have that information for me?
Yeah, you can email me at JCC.
JCC.
The letters J. Yeah, letter JCC at creollawgroup.com.
At
CREEL.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, lawgroup.com.
Okay. All right. So we could email them what we got,
Yeah,
and then they can help us basically.
Yeah, and they need the information, like, what property, the loan number, what you're trying to do, all that sort of stuff, and I can get you in touch with the right folks.
All right. Thank you so much. Do you have an idea of how long that process takes, or you're not even familiar with it at all?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that they're not required to do any kind of short sale. It'd be like a supplemental negotiation if you're trying to do.
It's just a negotiation, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
Have a good one. All right. So, how's that for a live call? All right. So, that's how it works, guys. Just a few calls. Okay. If it's a bigger bank, they will usually would have all of the information already on the website, and you just have to follow through that process and then keep up to date with them and talk to them from time to time. Now, this is Texas. They usually, the foreclosure process takes about 60 days. So things moves very quick. They just want to know if the number is making sense for them as compared to getting nothing, right? So also one of the things that they do is that they would order, if it's a bigger bank, they would order a BPO. If it's a smaller bank, they may just could care less. Like, if you give us 10% of what they owe, that would be $5,000, right? We'll let go of it, right? Oh, yeah. Can you send us an approver? Yes, send us an approver, and that's all we need to go to closing. That's it. And then right there, you're picking up a property that's worth $40,000 for $5,000, just like that, just by being open. So I laugh at people sometimes. I don't do short sales because it's too much work. See, all I have to do right now, I got that email here now. I'm literally gonna send an email, probably first thing in the morning, and then send an email saying we would like to negotiate a short sale on this property on this loan number. Please, how do we get started? Can you link us up? Or what's the status? How can we get started? They're owing interest $14,000. Principal balance $33,000. They may just say, hey, let go of they may say, we don't want the interest, and then we'll slash the principal balance by half. That'll be $15,000. Still worth it, right? It's still better than nothing for them. Does that make sense? That's how that works. All right. So that's really all I wanted to share with you today. This is short sale. This is how it works. They may need more documents than this. Some of them, like the bigger banks, may say, hey, we want it to be listed and to get full-blown exposure. That's why you always want to have allies in the agency world. You want to have an agent that will be able to do that. They get full-blown commission for doing nothing. Basically, you did all the work, but you also gain a nice little relationship that you can use over and over and over again. All right. That's basically all I really have for you today. There was a question that we had yesterday, which was 138 versus $216,000. Was that a dead deal or not? Okay. Was that a dead deal or not? The truth of the matter is this. Okay. I want to show you I'm trying to think right now. Maybe that should let's do that on Monday. Okay, let's do that on Monday, and cover that on Monday in details. For now, just go ahead and read as much as you can up on short sales. Okay, we just did a live short sale call to a bank. We called the bank. A bank referred us to the law group that's going to do it. Lawyers don't care when it comes to negotiating a collection situation. They just like, how much do you have? You got $5,000? Okay, we'll release the lien. That happens a lot. There's a lot of opportunities there. So don't shy away from short sales. At the very minimum, you want to make sure you're reaching out to me if you have a situation where somebody owes too much more than the property is worth. Like I said, short sale is useful. Like this thing says, a short sale is a sale of real estate in which the net proceeds from selling the property will fall short of the debt secured by liens against the property. Basically, the bank says, yes, we'll take it. Why? Because the bank don't care. They print money. As long as they get something as opposed to nothing, the homeowner has not been paying for a long time, right? That's still something for them. That's a lot more than nothing for them. So if you have any questions with regards to this, please use the comment area below if you're watching this later. But right now, I'm done for the day. Hopefully, this was a valuable piece of very short one for you. And we also got some live calls in the middle, like it's a deal right there. It's a property worth, what was it again? 180. We're getting it for 95. All right. It doesn't get better than that. We'll see you on the next one, and peace.